My name is Gonzalo Mosha. I'm sophomore at Hope College. I'm majoring in neuroscience and biology with a French minor, and I'm also pre-med, which is kind of a major by itself. I'm from Buenos Aires, Argentina. 19 years old. I play the piano. I play tennis. I like cooking a lot. Also half Italian.
How old were you when you first came to America?
The first time I came to the States, I was 8 years old, and I guess the first time actually coming as a resident was in college.
Why did you choose to come to America?
In my country, there are no universities or institutes that offer a degree in neuroscience. Therefore, I would have to go directly into med school. I want to go to med school, but it's not something that I want to do right now.
How did you end up at Hope?
First of all, it was a combination of factors. So it was a combination of the fact that I wanted to study neuroscience, even though Hope didn't have a major per se. I could do like a composite major and study intro to neuroscience at least. Also, I wanted a school where I wouldn't just be one more number, and I wanted somewhere where I could, have a very good academic preparation, but also the opportunity to drift aside, like go something else, like piano, tennis, everything else. Long story short, I felt like I could get the best of both worlds, I guess.
Is it common for people from your home to study abroad?
Like most people just go, most as in every other person goes to study back home. In fact, I'm the only one student in almost 40 years of my institution that studied abroad.
What's the hardest part about being an immigrant at Hope?
On the one hand, it is very, I wouldn't say difficult, because it's not like I find it a problem, it's just, I know it's just a difference. The difference in culture is just, the US has a tendency to look a lot to itself, not because it means that it's self-centered, but it's just because, it's kind of like its own little world going on, and it has a lot of opportunities, it has a lot of things going on. It's pretty big if you're going to compare it to any other country in the world. So, me growing up in a country where basically I was all the time just looking out, I came here and I found out I felt like everybody else just looked at Holland, the region, just looking at their own place instead of trying to drift aside and look somewhere else. I don't think it's a problem, I just think it's a difference between cultures.
What do you think the biggest issue with immigration in America is?
I don't think the US does a bad job when it comes to a lot of the legislations to immigrants. The US, it wants people in this country to have a purpose, especially if those people are not from the country. Therefore, for me to just come here, I needed to get a lot of paperwork done. But sure, it's maddening, and at the end of the day, it was more than, took me almost 1 day's worth of work to get it all done, combined. But in the end, it makes sense because they don't just want free roaming people around just doing whatever they want. And so I feel like on that side, the US has, I guess, good control of what happens to the people that come into the country. And if I'm gonna be honest, it's the reason why the US functions the way it is. The reason why I came here is because I knew I had more opportunities coming here than if I stayed in my country. It wouldn't be fair if I would say, oh, the US is, I guess, terrible in all its ways and all the legislations and the treatment for immigrants, because to be honest, I'm here. I had the opportunity to come here, study, get paid have a scholarship to come here and I guess progress, instead of just staying back home and thinking, what if? So I think sometimes a lot of people, even though, sure, there are no perfect countries and we can always get a bit better, a lot of people need to look a bit more to what has, I guess, the US had done for them, even though at times it might seem that it has done nothing, or people just seem reluctant to take them into account. As of regards to the people and the treatment, I've never had any problems with people around me. I'm the kind of person that if if you're around me, if you treat me bad, I don't really care. People that don't acknowledge me are people that are not worth having around me, to be honest. So, there's a saying that goes, fish that are alike end up in the same pool. So like I just surround myself with those people that take me into account, and I guess we kind of coincide in a lot of things.